All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right. We're back once again. We're live, and good Lord, the chat is flying again. Man, I wish I had some of this energy that everybody else in the chat has, but I don't know, that cold weather, it just kind of saps it out of you. Of course, it's sapping it out of the people in Florida, too, I believe. Oh, good. Dropped and Forgotten is in. We have some information for you, Dropped and Forgotten, I do believe. And we see that Dennis is in. Cry for Dawn. Nelson Neo Rosario. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Now, I guess before we get to that information that Dropped and Forgotten may find interesting, we'll get Chuck in here. Let's see if I can get this through. There he is. How goes it, Chuck?
Yeah. That was a flying trip, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good now.
Yeah,
no
I did.
Structure.
I was a little surprised to see you pop into the studio.
We got there, checked it all out. contacted suppliers of gas, and they're coming out double check our checks. It was carbon monoxide and smoke detectors were going off, and we think he's got a failure in the system. And the one that fails will trip off everything else. 3 years old. So yeah, no fire. Everybody's fine.
Wow.
That was good. So yeah.
Good. We like to
But
see
let me tell
everybody
you,
fine and safe.
it's a brisk. I think it's 16
Definitely.
degrees now. Oh boy. Boy, you got a full house tonight. Nelson and Dawn and Palan and the Bills and Dennis is in. Bob Dix, how you doing, buddy? Nelson, what else? Who else? Man, we got a full house. Bob Holycross, how you doing, man? That's good. Wow. Dropped and forgotten. Shannon, Phil. Oh. Man. Good. Good. That was a fun night the other night on the last show.
Yeah.
And the camera's working all of a sudden. I told you it was your fault.
I still say it was Mother Nature.
Could be. So I don't imagine anybody.
What was it?
Well, go ahead.
It was either yesterday or this morning that it was cold enough in Florida. I think they were giving out freezing iguana warnings.
Yes, they were. Iguana harvest was in full swing. They were dropping out of the trees. Then,
yeah, cross in the house.
Yeah. And Frank Lapergallo was complaining about 30. I made the offer to deliver wood, and I didn't know how to price it by the mile or what, but I could bring you a load there, Frank. Firewood.
Oh, right. Got to figure out what the line haul is on it.
Yep. Oh, Tom. DKI detect. Kevin's in. The Barks Lot's in. I heard we had some questions on Alaska after the show that I was on the show. Hey, Chris, how you? So, anybody needs questions answered and is interested, we'll talk to them.
Yeah. Sunday, after you had got out of here, me and Kevin and Clay and Emery were still on for a few minutes past that, and Dropped Forgotten Jeff was asking, how does somebody get into one of the Alaska trips? And we told him that he'd have to contact you. I mean, he could send an email to beyondsightandsound@gmail.com and I could get the information to him too, I guess. But I believe we had mentioned we thought you were full up with both groups this year. And
I did have a guy drop out on the first week. I do have one open that can be filled. Still probably get the discounts as a group. I have one open for this year. 2026 is out in the future yet, and that all depends upon when I get up there and what because she books sometimes as much as 2 years in advance.
Yeah,
I just have a week locked in late July.
Right, and that's at the AKAU.
Correct.
But normally, and really, you would think I've heard this enough, I should already know it, but if he wanted to email you,
direct.
Where can he reach you?
All right. You can reach me on email by what I'm putting in there now.
Oh, you're putting it in the chat.
Trying to, if it works.
And I see where he's saying, yes, do you have a trip for 2026 in the future, in the works?
Or you can contact me through Messenger. FB.
And I guess if he wants to call you, he can find your number at the top of the description there under Shooters and Prospectors.
That's right. And if you want to talk about it, then we'll swap some phone numbers and we'll now this comment has failed to post to be on Sight and Sound. Okay, it's not posting there. Let's try that again.
It may be Bob Pop in the house. It may be something that
I did. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say maybe maybe since it's an email address, the YouTube settings aren't wanting to let it through.
Well, it's try message me on Facebook.
I don't know if Dropped and Forgotten has Facebook, but he can email me at beyondsightandsound@gmail.com, or he can call you at the number at the top in the description there under Shooters and Prospectors. But it is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. How about that, Jeff? We'll put it that way. Jeff says he can call tomorrow.
I'm giving him some instructions. And it's still not allowing me to post to you for some reason right now. Huh.
But he is on Facebook, apparently, so he can always send you a friend's request.
Yep, do a request and we'll get together on it. And if you're interested in going this year, I can fill you in on everything and tell AKAU that I've got another one filled and that's it. And we're done.
Oh, he's never found gold of anything. I'll bet he'd really like Alaska. It's tough work though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're not chopping in the sand here. You're chopping in the rock, and some of the areas are pretty well packed in. So we've got picks up there. Yeah, you're using a pick, but it can be well worth your time to work down and find that piece.
Yeah, especially if he would happen to be lucky enough to find one of them big horse chokers that were found a couple years back.
Yeah, well, we got one last
summer. Yeah, I was going to say, or Tim's nugget that he found, that was
a dandy 3 ouncer, 2.79, 3 ounce, whatever.
Okay, yep. So between 2.5 and 3 ounce.
When you go over or you get to a 3/4, a half, 1 ounce and above, depending upon how they look, and as you get over 1 ounce, they exponentially go up in value beyond gold price. They're collected.
Yeah.
1 ounce gold nugget, one, is 10 times rarer than a 1 carat diamond clear. That's how rare nice gold nuggets are. And there is a big market for those quarters, halves, 3/4, in that range, necklace, jewelry, collectability, and the bigger they go, it ratchets up more. 7 ounce, one of our group found a couple years back. I just believe recently it sold for $55,000. So,
and till that point, it was used as a paperweight.
that's right. And you
What a
get
conversation piece.
chispa, which is gold and quartz mix, and if they're pretty, the value goes up for them. Even the smaller ones, they like to display them and talk, that kind of stuff, and that can bring 1.5 to 3 times spot.
Yeah, and I see Dropped and Forgotten's like, wow, when he heard about that big horse choker. But if you had to put a value, which Dropped and Forgotten, if he missed that episode, he can go back in the live streams to the Alaska recap.
Yeah.
You had to try to assess a value on that almost 3 ounce nugget that Tim found.
Yeah.
Because obviously the larger the nugget means they're a specimen piece, the value goes up. So that's not just based on the price of gold.
Yep. So you got 2,600 plus an ounce right now just for the value. The gold purity up there runs about 20 karat. It can go up or down a little bit depending upon, different things. But if they have a huge eye appeal, the price just went up. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, good point there, too, because even the smaller pieces, if they have the good eye appeal and it could potentially be used as a jewelry piece, that also can dictate value.
Even the smaller pieces that can be laid into jewelry will carry a little better value than gold. Spot, I mean. And anything that you can turn into jewelry and make a pendant piece, things like that, they take, and if you guys want to go research something, it's called the 16-to-1 mine out in California. And it has snow white quartz just laced with gold. And they will cut that quartz out, not blow it out, but cut it out, literally cut it out. And it's just laced with gold. Then they'll slab it and they'll make rings, pendants, belt buckles, things like that out and get a heck of a lot of value out of it. And the 16-to-1 mine got reopened with the use of detectors years ago. As they went through, some of these veins like that were missed. They went by them and they were getting the detector up on the sidewalls of the hard rock, finding the gold, bringing it out, and making more jewelry. And 16-to-1 is very famous for that gold jewelry they have.
Right. And if Jeff goes looking for that episode, he can find it real easy because the thumbnail for that episode has the photo of that almost 3 ounce nugget that Tim found.
Right. So, it's a market upon itself when it starts getting into natural pieces. And you get to know some of the brokers and buyers up in Alaska and in gold country, it markets well. And there's been few private collectors that cross your path that will pay very well for them because they want them. Just like a high-grade coin. Our silver today is called junk silver from our mint because a lot of it's well smoothed, that kind of stuff. But all of a sudden, when we start getting AU 50 and above, prices start going up. When you start getting into the MS, 60 and above, prices climb. difference between a 63 and a 64 Morgan can be tens of thousands of dollars, 64, 65, 66. Same way with eye appeal on gold and quality.
Depending on the date and mint mark, for sure.
And, a few years back when gold was just at 2,000, I found a 2-ounce piece. Guy threw $5,000 in front of me. I took it. No regrets. Trust me.
You had that nugget in your hand about long enough to take a picture, and that was that.
All I did was able to take it down to one of the buyers downtown. He gave me a value, what he thinks it would trade for and what he would offer. And the other guy said, I'll give you $5,000. And I said, it's yours.
Right.
And that was in Fairbanks. I've sold gold in Fairbanks, Tanana, brokers in Nome, and brokers in Anchorage, in Southern California. They pay dearly for it because they can get it. They'll get more.
And I can't remember now if that was through the Shooters and Prospectors page or if that was through your timeline, but if Dropped and Forgotten is on Facebook and he goes back and looks through your videos, well, or your photos, but your videos, you've got a very tantalizing walkthrough tour of the Alaskan Mint.
Yep. So it's fun. You go into that place, you'll just about, and it's still coming up. Don't believe people say, I've had people tell me, well, all the gold's found. You're not even close. We haven't scratched it. When they're finding them laying on the streets in California after the mudslides and all that they had and the flooding, and literally people pick nuggets right off the roads. Crazy. So yeah, that's part of the whole thing. We go in a day early, get a good meal, go downtown, go through the Alaska Mint, and it is a mint. They mint silver and gold coin there for many, many places. But they also sell raw gold from local miners that bring it in. They sell it, then they package it up, telling you who found it, where they found it, its weight, and value. And it can run from little couple penny weights all the way up to 10, 12, 15-ounce chunks.
That's a big chunk of gold.
Yep. That's
so
fun.
Yeah, you go to Alaska and you find it up there, you can sell it right there on the spot if you want.
My brother-in-law lives in the Goldstream Valley area up above Fairbanks, and they were repairing roads after all the rains that they had this last year. And lady was walking her dog down the road. There's nice homes up in this area. And she looked down. The dog was doing something. She looked down, saw something, picked up a 4.2-ounce nugget laying in the roadbed. She told her husband, who just happened to have a GPX 5000. He went up there and was killing it because where they were taking the loads of repair material was old mine tailings.
Oh.
So it created a small gold rush on the road that my brother-in-law lives along. And they had some near misses with people working on the road with detectors, people not paying attention. Almost got a few people with a car. The local government went and got copper chunks, rounds, spread it on the road and killed it. Literally stopped it. They just went up there and said, no, you aren't doing this in here. We can't have the making the holes because some of them were rather large and they didn't cover them, and people nearly getting hit by cars.
Right. Kind of the equivalent of throwing buckshot out everywhere.
Right. So Robert said, man, they were finding some good pieces too.
Yeah, they were. And they were finding good pieces there in California too when they had all those mudslides and rains and some of it in
For those of you who don't know,
places
I'm in with a store in Oroville, California.
What?
I sell detectors and equipment with him out there.
He had
And it's A.I.P mining supply.
hunted it out, and others in place.
Hello? Josh, you were breaking up. We were talking over each other, but you were badly broken up. Can you guys hear me?
I think it's cleared up now.
Okay, go ahead, Josh. I'll wait.
But yeah, you deal in prospecting gear too.
Yes, I do. We couldn't keep this past spring after all those mudslides and that. We couldn't keep the best players. They had a gold rush going in the Oroville area after all those rains and stuff, and they repaired the dam on the lake and things like that. And literally, we couldn't keep gold pans in stock. I was shipping 45 at a time.
Or equinoxes or gold monsters.
Yeah, we were busy. It was a good run that last year. I mean, oh my God. And it was paying off. Even Joey would shut the store down early and head out. And he's sending me pictures. Are you going to get out here? I said, I can't now. So, yeah. If you want to find gold, go to where the gold is, guys, gals. I'm talking raw gold. Shannon, I doubt that.
Absolutely.
Shannon asked me if I would get called to California to assist. Those hotshot teams out throughout the West, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, they're the ones going in to take care of that. That's a whole different world. The hotshot teams that fight that stuff, and I was remiss. My heart goes out to those people. It's wiping out unbelievable amounts of homes. They just showed a big strip along the Malibu area, right across from the beach. I don't know how many houses, but there was at least 20 on fire at once. The homes.
Not good.
Yeah. So we've been activated to hurricanes and other natural disasters, but on this one, they'll bring them in and out, believe it or not, out of Mexico and Canada along with them. These hotshot teams, and you know, I've fought fires for years and done that. These guys are nuts. They go in there and those type of conditions and go to work. So
yeah, it takes a particular person.
I talked with a group of them years ago up in Fairbanks when Alaska was dry and they had huge fires. And I'm talking magnitude of acreage that are 10 and 20 times what you're seeing in the lower 48. And they let it burn. There's nothing there. But up above Fairbanks, and it was coming down towards Fairbanks, they called in hot shots from all over the country And these guys show up, and I sat down and had lunch with a group of 15 of them and listened to them talk. And they were all out of Arizona and New Mexico, that group, and they're all Pima Indian. And those boys can fight fire. They're hot shots. They jump, they parachute in, and they were telling me how much they don't like fighting the fire in Alaska because of the black cedars. They're short, they're real bushy, they look green, but fire hits them and they just don't go, they don't burn up, they explode. Boom. And that's happening while they're there. A couple embers get in them and they just boom. And they said they didn't like it. And the other thing they didn't like was the number of grizzly bears that were rushing by them.
Well, I understand that.
I can understand that. I can understand that a lot.
Yeah.
But the cost that's going on out in California right now is, and hey, Emery, how you doing, buddy? You're not late. You got here just in time. Anyway, the cost is going to be phenomenal. And Jill's been following it close. I've been watching it when I can. Oh my God.
It's a destructive force for sure.
And what those Santa Ana winds, 50, 60 mile an hour, that are constant, when they're kicking up. A lot of times a quiet day is 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, and it just blows those embers, and it just hops and skips and hops and skips and rekindles, and not good.
No, it's hard to kill it off when it's being backed by the wind.
Right.
That just intensifies the issues.
Yeah, drop it. Ugly Box is an electrolysis unit, and it can be used to remove and stabilize iron. You can clean silver, gold, jewelry, real parts, gun parts, clean them up, that kind of stuff. And that's what the Ugly Box is. And it is a controllable unit by voltage, and that gives you more control over the amount of cleaning you want to do. Or you can reverse electrolysis on it, and you've got, let's say, an old silver dime, and you've got a silver plated spoon that some of the silver has come off. You can put that dime in there and reverse it with the electrodes, and you can actually plate that spoon again. Yep, it'll electroplate.
It is a nice piece of kit.
Yes, it is. And I warn everybody, don't do nickels.
No, not a good idea to do nickels at all. I mean, there is a little bit of potential for war nickels because of the silver content, but even with that, you have to be very careful.
I haven't tried it with a war nickel because it'll blacken nickel.
Yeah,
to the point,
you have to be very, very careful.
It won't come back. No. So.
And I mean, so much so, in fact, that it's probably best that you don't try. But I have occasionally used it on a war nickel that's really crudded up, just to knock off some of that material to clean it up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Billboard said he tried a V, and it turned it a pretty red. Okay.
Yeah, V nickels are definitely not the thing to. They're definitely not a good candidate for electrolysis.
Mark ended up with orange nickels.
Right?
Yep.
But yeah. You can use them to clean up buttons, coins, aside from nickels, tokens.
It does a good job. Well, I'm here to tell you on jewelry, just little short shots, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does exceptionally well on regent metals like the gold and silver.
Right. So anyway, and we still got a contest going. We'll decide that next week. So there's still time if you want to do a Trump tribute dance to YMCA. We got a couple of them in there. We need a few more.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right now, I believe Janet and Barb are the only ones who have entered.
Yeah, well, girls, you're in it. And I'm going to sweeten the pot up a little bit. We need to get a few more in there. Not going to announce it yet, but the night of, I will. And if it's only you two, you're going to make out.
Ooh, now you're getting them all excited.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. So we'll have some fun with that. But I'm going to say something after tonight. Was fresh on my mind. I want you all to go check your CO and your fire smoke detectors. Just give them a check. Just give them a check. Make sure they're working.
Right. And oh boy, if they're connected, man, there's a racket.
Yeah. Hey, there's a challenge in the chat room. Shannon just said, "Let's dance, hubby."
Ah.
The challenge, Phil. You can't back down.
Yep.
I know you, Barb. I like them both. We'll just have to see how it's going.
Scooter's in the house.
Yeah. What's up, Scott? That's cool. So we'll have some fun with it. That's all. That's all this thing is fun.
Right. And there is a limited edition Gary Penta piece up for grabs.
Yep. So we just want to get out there and do it. I hope you all had a good Christmas and they left you all 800s and MANTICOREs under the tree, because as of this week, all the sales are off. Done. Finished. And price increases kick in now.
Yep. And those were some great prices.
Yeah, they were. Oh, yeah.
I would venture to say folks aren't going to see prices like that for a while.
No. Oh, they'll see some giveaway. They might give a pinpointer with it or a free coil, but prices aren't going to drop again like that. That was phenomenal. So, okay. Other than that, what were you going to announce? Did you have something you were going to announce tonight?
You know, I don't, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been a hectic day. We had some errands that we had to run, and we hadn't been out anywhere for a minute, and the truck has sat in all of this cold, and there was a phone charger left plugged in the truck, and had to jump the truck before we could go run our errands.
Ooh. Yeah, they put a constant drain on stuff.
Yeah.
Did the battery recover?
Well, I was thinking, oh, don't tell me it's time to replace the battery. Can't afford that right now. Batteries aren't cheap.
Oh.
But once I got the jump pack on there and jumped it and left it run long enough to warm up and everything, we went out and did our errands, and we were in the store an hour or so and come back out. Truck started right back up, so hopefully we're in the clear.
Scott says you need a new battery.
Don't.
Oops.
We'll just hope that we don't need to.
There you go. There you go. Go out and buy a new set of tires. Ooh.
No. Can't afford that.
Yeah.
Anymore, you're looking to put a set of tires on a vehicle, especially a larger tire like what we've got on that full-size four-wheel drive Explorer. You're going to drop $1,000.
Yeah, we've got to replace tires on one of our tanker engine, tender engine. And, I got prices. Goodyear versus Michelin. We got Michelin's on it now, and it's time. They need to get changed because we're relegated to 7 years. Whether
that ain't going to be cheap.
No, I got prices on it.
Especially for tires like that, because now you're talking, load rated, and that drives the price up too.
Yeah, and about $8,000.
Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah.
Well, let's hope you don't have to do any others in the foreseeable future.
No, we've got no more in the fleet right now that need them, but that truck needs definitely the front, and I'm pushing for all 8. That's a heavy truck.
Right.
Scott says his wife has a Jeep, and she has the big tire set up on it. They're $1,200 a tire. Well, we get the state purchase price on these, and it's still going to be $8,000. It probably does $2,000 off.
That's $8,000 with the discount.
Yep, that truck wet carries 3,500 gallons of water, 1,000-gallon minute pump. What that weighs 63,000 loaded. So,
wow.
Just to thank Obama, thank Biden. People seem to forget. Yes, the rubber, they got everything, but without petroleum, you don't get tires either.
That's true.
That's all I'm doing for politics tonight. And we've got an announcement right now that I'm going to make. I talked to Josh. The exact date in June is not picked. There is a swing into summer.
Uh-oh.
I've already talked to Ringy. He's putting us down. I've got to call him back. But we're having a swing in the summer. They're setting it up. I think it's going to be in Hampton, Illinois, instead of Geneseo. And there's a beautiful park down there. We've had it there one other time, so we may repeat that. And it's right along the river, the Mississippi River. It's a beautiful spot. So I'll find out more about that as they get there. Once I know the exact date, I've talked to a couple. Well, first KG, Ringy, he's got it on the list. Call him, give him the exact weekend. I think that's a go for those two. I want to get a hold of Hoarder and Notka and all the pundits and see if they got room for it. And we'll have a swing in the summer, whether we have a lot of the celebrity groups in or not. But I'm quite sure I'll be talking with Rizzo, see if he wants to come. And I think I talked to that guy that guy off Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound. And he's kind of chatting a little bit.
Yep, we're trying to see what we can do.
And I like to see the Bills out of Ohio finally make it down here.
Oh, I don't know if
I don't know. And to let you know, for those of you that have campers, the site is along the river. Just a mile and a half up the road is Illinois Park. And if we get all this set up, they have a beautiful campground on the river. From Fisherman's Corner all the way down to the campground, Illinois Park, State Park. Beautiful spot. So we got camping. There's hotels right across the river in LeClaire, Iowa. There's hotels in East Moline. We'll be letting you know where they're at. And so with that being said, it'll be a lot of fun. And it'll be just like any of our others. Hopefully we got lots of goodies to give out. And there'll be coinage and help and people to talk to you. And I hope it all works out. So I've got to get a hold of some other people yet this week. Tomorrow's out. Jill and I are going over to Iowa City. She gets a checkup. So, but after that, I got to go full bore on that. And then I'm out a week. We'll be down to warmer weather, and I'll be glad to see it because I'll tell you what, those 14, 16 degree evenings are cold. We've had a few nights where we've been out in this stuff, and it's cold.
No, Scott, it will not be the same weekend as DTH. That is a given.
No.
And Dennis is going, time to start working on the hair color.
There you go. So I will be giving you more information hopefully this Sunday on dates and who and what and where. They're having their board meeting tomorrow night, but I don't know if I'm back in town to make, or was that tonight? They had a board meeting, so they were making decisions what the dates might be. So,
and as always, as that information comes available, they can get it here.
Yep, and we'll keep pushing it here, and we'll have some fun and get to see everybody again. And Emery lives close enough, he'll drive, but if someone wants to use my camper, I'll donate it to someone to use. There you go. Tomorrow night, Dennis says, is our board meeting, and I won't be able to make it because I'm on the road with taking care of family stuff.
Ah, I see.
So, we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time. There'll be rifles and good detectors given out. We got a lot of hunts this year. You got DTH, Swing in the Summer, I&I hunt. I've got the Chicagoland hunt up in Wisconsin.
Yep, Chicago Dig Fest in Wisconsin.
Dig Fest in Wisconsin. We're taking Chicago to Wisconsin.
Right. It seems a little odd, but yep, that's what's going on.
And I don't know how many people they're looking to put in the hunt, 125, 150. I don't know the prices yet. That's all up to them. I just got to go to work and get them stuff.
Right. We have no definitive date, location, registration price, none of that. But just know, stay tuned. It's coming. Swing into Summer is back for 25. And I got to say,
now, you're hearing what I know about it right now. And I did a few phone calls, and it's looking pretty good. And I'm trying to get some others there, and I may have a surprise guest or two also. They're looking at their schedules to see if it'll fit in.
And I got to say, it's about time, because I have had a number of people in the past year or so ask me, is Swing into Summer coming back? We have such a blast at Swing into Summer. It's very laid back, very friendly, very well ran. People just love that event.
I know there'll be a meet and greet set up somewhere, somehow. All that's in the works. We got time. We got 6 months, 6.5 months, whatever exact date. It'd be a little later in June. Maybe the second, third week, or third, fourth weekend. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Normally in the past, it's been second or third weekend in June. That's why I say I know it won't be the same weekend as DTH.
Yeah. Janet, I will see if I can get Aqua Chigger there. I've got his number, and we'll see if we can hook up with him. But he's a tough one to nail down for those.
Yes, he is. He's very, very busy.
Yes, he is. So, see who I can get there. I don't know. If nothing else, hopefully we'll all be there, and that's good enough.
Right? That'll be enough of a handful right there, especially if the Bills happen to make it.
Shannon, I haven't even called her yet. You are hearing right at the beginning. I've only called one or two, and I haven't even bothered with calling the companies yet.
Yeah, this has been...
they laid that on me last Wednesday night.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been...
Thursday, excuse me.
Very short in developing. So the news that people are getting tonight is truly fresh. Still fresh, like I said, no concrete location, date, registration price.
It's all just starting to roll downhill.
Yeah. But when Chuck talked to me about it, obviously, as we've done in the past and continue to, all the floor time I needs to promote the event so folks can get all the news about that here, as far as date, location, even early bird discount, things of that nature, lodging when it is set up and available.
Right. So we'll see what we can come up with. I'm going to start shaking bushes now. I'll be talking to vendors, other people, and see if we can get them there.
Right. And Old Pilon asks, what is this event held? I think he means when?
It'll be in June. And it's a one-day deal. We have a meet and greet on Friday. We have the hunt, the fun day, Saturday, and there'll be open hunting around the area, or on Sunday. Saturday's the hunt. And you know, it's a one-day hunt, and there'll be multiple hunts. There'll be a kids hunt. There'll be the silver I hunt. There'll be whoever I can get maybe to sponsor a hunt, Naka, Mine Lab, whoever, Garrett, manufacturer's hunt of some kind. And there'll be at least 1, 2, 3 hunts that day. And we generally do a potluck dinner where we serve up hot dogs or brats or whatever Chef de jour Frank Juarez wants to make. And everybody brings in a dish, chips, that kind of stuff. And we sit down and have a nice lunch. There isn't any food vendor trucks or anything like that. We generally bring donuts. There'll be coffee around in the morning. And we do a laid back. We don't do a hardcore thing. We have a lot of fun. People get to talk and meet and have a good time and learn. And we have some good stuff. There'll be a silver dollar somewhere in there because I like putting tokens out for silver dollars. So one of the hunts will be some silver dollars in it on the I&I dollar silver hunt.
And there's raffles and prizes and people.
Right. So we'll see what we can pull together for this one.
I know we ran the last swing into summer. We ran a raffle for a nice 100-year anniversary Carson City Morgan.
Yep, that was a nice one.
Yes. Ronnie,
see what we can do.
Right. Ronnie actually won that Carson City Morgan, and boy, he was tickled.
Yep. Yeah, Marks, I'll do that. We'll do the YMCA, but you're going to run it. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'll get the crew together and we'll have a good booth and we'll see how many machines. Let's see. I forgot my headphones. My headphones won't pair. I can't find my pinpointer. I left my shovel home, my dig tool.
My headphones quit working.
Yeah.
I forgot my headphones.
Yep. That keeps me busy. So we'll see where we go from there. I'll invite a bunch of folks and we'll see if they can show up.
Right. And, you know, maybe, I don't know, call me biased, but you don't want to miss the event. It's a great event.
Yeah, you're right, Dennis. I had people with machines they never, ever hunted before walk over and go, I don't know what I should be doing with this. And you stand and you go, okay. How long you had it? Last week. Okay. All right. I actually ran into that in England. This last trip up there. Other groups, a couple, the gal had detected some, she had a detector. But they decided to buy 2 brand new Equinox 900s to take up on the trip. They had never even charged them until they got to England. They had never even turned them on. Chris, who runs all the barn hunts, and everybody else works with him on contacted me. Said, could you teach these people how to run a 900? Because their very first day, which was the day before that, the only thing they found was iron. They found nothing else, nothing but iron. They were frustrated. I gave them about a 2-hour in-field, in-situ thing, and the rest of the week they found no iron using 900s. They'd found hammered silver. They'd found some of the rare, they found Roman fibula complete. They had a blast. And they found milled silver. They did very well. They greenies, of course, the big pennies. So, Yeah, even going to England, you run into people going, well, I bought this thing and I never turned it on.
Yeah, when you go to these seated events, well, events in general, whether it's a paid hunt in England, Alaska, Aruba, Scotland, or even just an event around the country, that is
DIV.
right. That is not the place to take a detector that you have zero experience with. Take what you know.
That's right. But it was fun seeing some people succeed with a little bit of training, and they came, they thanked me, and they had a blast, and they were showing me some of the stuff, and then they went back out with their different group, and they left. And I saw Chris. I said, how'd they do? He said they found no more iron. They found nothing but good stuff after that. I said, that's good.
And that makes them happy campers, and it's a good thing Chuck was there and willing to take some time out of his day to help them out and see them be
The
successful.
way it happened, Chris called Ron. Ron said, Chris needs to talk to me. We called Chris, asked me if I'd do that. I said, sure. It's a long way to go and not find anything but nails.
Yeah, I agree. And especially when you're talking a trip like that,
Yeah.
it's very easy to get frustrated quickly.
Yeah. And
If-
angry.
Yeah, if you don't understand what the machine is doing.
Oh, crazy stuff. Well, be prepared. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going up and have some supper.
I was not expecting us to drop that bombshell yet tonight.
Oh, I went ahead and dropped it.
Yep. So there you have it, folks. Be prepared.
Yep.
Look out, Illinois. Here we go again.
Go again. So I'll keep you updated as I get it, and we'll go from there. Okay.
And we'll probably be getting things set up to run another raffle this year too. And who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll have to get some votes on hair color. I don't know.
Good shade of mauve. Whatever. I'm
Hey,
back
I'll tell-
out, hungry. We just come in the door. We were in town. We were going to sit down and get a bite to eat. And I haven't ate. Tones dropped, and we were out and got down here with you guys. So I'm going to go find something to eat upstairs. There may even be some cookies involved.
You'll have to let me know as soon as we hear from Debbie.
Yep.
Because if we hear from Debbie, it might have to be Mine Lab Red, and we may have to get Debbie to dye hers too.
Good luck on that.
Yeah. She's bluffed it. We'll see what happens.
And to the guys that are going to Alaska, I've been shopping airfares, and right now, no, Dennis, my caramels are gone, buddy. I've got something for you too. I got a package for you that Jill is sending that relate to your caramels. Anyway,
nice.
I haven't found flights yet to book. I'm looking. So we'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, and check those CO detectors. Talk to you later. Take care.
All right. Well, I was not expecting us to drop that news quite yet. I was going to mention tonight that there was some news coming. Surprise, it's here. Oh, that's all right, though. So, yes, I guess now the cat is out of the bag. Look out. Swing into Summer 25 is in the works. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Mark your calendars as soon as we give out that information. Right now, it's looking like we're targeting for June, as in the past. And we'll see how things go. Either way, if you have not attended Swing Into Summer in the past, or you have not attended an organized event before, period, Swing Into Summer is definitely the event to cut your teeth on, so to speak. Very laid back, very friendly, great group of people. Absolutely great group of people. As we get more details, we'll let you know right here. Have a wonderful evening, folks. Try to stay warm. We'll see you on the next one.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.